YouTube, Crown Vic Nation. What's going on, everybody? I'm back. We're going to switch from the engine to the transmission. I do have an engine update, but I'm going to make that for another day. We're going to have some good days here in Michigan, so I'll be able to work out here and get some engine and transmission work done. And then, guys, we're going to go over the body of the Crown Vic and, what all I have to do and get everything together. Like I said, I want to be done with the engine and transmission by May and get this out the way. Just want to go over a few things. So I have the valve body and all that on the transmission. If you guys followed the last video, couple videos about the transmission, and like I say, man, to me, the transmission is the easier part that you can do. Guys, I would advise you to also learn. Like I say, Transmission Bench has great video about transmissions and everything. And I would love for you guys to be inspired, buy a spare transmission. These transmissions are not super expensive. Buy one, buy some parts to rebuild it, learn, I know we sit back and like to watch the content, but if we can sit back and learn and try, I think we Crown Vic, we Mustang guys, whatever, 3-valve, whatever you guys are in the Ford community, we can all learn from each other. This I know is simpler than a 3-valve transmission, which is a 5R55, but us guys with these 4R70Ws, 4R70 WEs, 4R75Ws, 4R75Es, this is a simple transmission for us to work on, man. I'm telling you, compared to all these 8 speeds and 9 speeds, and I know some people like, 5 speeds and 6 speeds and all this manuals. But for us automatic guys, man, we can do it. So I just want to go over a few things. I got the valve body on, gotten that all tightened down. Getting ready to just put all the sensors on, which there's one right there. That is the second and third. I'm kind of, I got to learn specifically what is what, but we got all those connections in. But I believe this is the torque converter clutch solenoid, and this is the 2-3 pack solenoid. This is the pressure solenoid for the transmission. This right here is the temperature. So if the transmission overheats, it'll tell this that it's overheating. So we want to put the filter on. When you put the filter on, make sure you lubricate it with some transmission oil. Get it down in there. Let's get it down in there. There it's in there. Now, we want to prime it. It's kind of the same way that you want to do with an engine. And you just simply pour some down in there and just let it go. Let it go on down in there. So, I think we have a bad transmission right here. I did remove that spring from the 2-3, guys. I did remove the spring, which is right here from that 2-3. That is right on this side. I did, you can go look up other people's J-mods, but I did remove the spring. So we want to keep on kind of, not too much oil in there, because what's going to happen is this is going to come out of the breather. So you want to just fill it up enough that it has enough going in there. Fill it up. Kind of just, like I say, just fill up the filter. Let the filter get soaked in Um, you know, see how much more it can take, because you want to fill all that up. And just leave it alone. We're going to put the pan on, clean it up. And, the reason I should say I believe I have a bad transmission is because clutches, the valve body. Let's also talk about rear gear and torque converter, guys. Just hear me out. Us Crown Vic guys, we're used to this gigantic 11.5 converter, which is okay for stock use. If you guys have a civilian model, Grand Marquis, whatever, your torque converter is probably going to be a 12-inch plus. Now, let's explain why this is a 3500 stall converter. If you look at the size, That's a 9.5 inch. This is 11.25. There's a reason why this will be considered more for performance, even if it had the same mods or same stall that this had. Because why? Because this has to move less fluid. So if this should be anywhere from a 26 to a 2800 stall converter. On the later model Crown Vics, this right here is a 3500 stall lockup converter, same as this. So if these two had the same stall at the same size, this one would be considered more of an aggressive stall because it is smaller. It has to move less fluid versus a big gigantic air balloon like this. So I would advise you guys, when you do automatics, then like I said, I'm an automatic guy, so I'm coming to you from an automatic standpoint of view. Get the smaller converters, the 9.5 inch, 9.25, 9, anything under of a 10-inch converter with a lockup, I would get if I was you guys. Don't go for the big converters because you have a lot more fluid to move. And that wasn't a Bud Light. Sorry about that. No Bud Light. But, get the smaller converters. The smaller you get, the better you are of like I say, moving less fluid and things like that. The big bubblegum converter is a emission / just drivability situation. So also I have here a gear that is a 373. I have a 430, a 455, and a 327. I will be giving away one of those gears. It will most likely be the 430. So I want you guys, if you guys are, interested, go look it up, how to rebuild. And like I say, I want to motivate you guys. Don't always go to, you will make mistakes and, things like that. But try to learn. Get the Ford manual. Get a few tools and learn, guys. Just learn. Look at BSTV. We all learning. We learn as we go. We make mistakes. We make trial and errors. Learn as you go. There's plenty of other channels that learn as we go. So I asked you guys to be bold and learn. And, we accept it and we move on. I know a lot of us are blessed to be able to work with these motors and transmissions, but be bold. Learn, share the knowledge, just like I'm doing. I'm sharing my mistakes. I'm sharing you what my knowledge is about this. And like I say, when you do manuals, you can deal with more of a, what they call it, short of a gear, which shorter is like a 410, 430. When you with automatics, 373, 355, 327, you're good. Because you guys got to realize, what does a Hemi got? Those Hemi engines have a 309 rear gear, guys. They don't have 410s, 430s, 455. They have a 309 gear or less in them. So you got to remember, when you're building your Crown Vic or Mustang, 3-valve, 4-valve, whatever, and you can put at 327, 355, 373, you're winning. Because a lot of the fast guys don't have that big gear that you're running. So remember that. So Crown Vic Nation, I appreciate you guys sticking along. Remember, I'm the low guy on the totem pole. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. And like I say, if you are interested in some 430 gears, let me know. I'm finding a way that I can get those to you. And I know nowadays those 430 gears were once 125 when I originally bought them, but I guarantee you now they're 250 and up with the inflation, going on. So, Crown Vic Nation, appreciate you sticking along. Peace. Thumbs up.